Hello students, I am Ranjana Khare. Today we are going to start the very first unit of physics, electrostatics. But before starting the chapter, I would like to share a small story of Sir Isaac Newton, who gave us theory of force of gravity, laws of motion, and calculus in mathematics. Students, soon you will understand why I am telling this story today. Actually, when he was working on these theories, that time there was complete lockdown in UK because of plague disease. So he started working from home, and after continuous effort of 2 years, he succeeded in his work and gave the theory of force of gravity, gravitational force between the massive bodies, and laws of motion, which are very important for all of us. I hope you like this story, small story. Now, I also thought, why not we take this opportunity of lockdown to do something positive and good. So let's make use of this isolation, because these days we all are in isolation, and your energy, as you all are full of energy, to study physics in an easy and interesting way. In physics, you must have heard about isolated system. I think you must be knowing what is isolated system, but I want to tell you once. The system which is not interacting with anything, or no forces are acting on that system. That particular system is called isolated system. So now I start the chapter electrostatics. It is clear from this word electrostatics means it is the study of charges at rest, the branch of physics which deals with the study of charges at rest. Now the question comes, how these charges arise on any body? By rubbing the two bodies against each other, there is transfer of electrons takes place. That is, one body loses electrons and other body gains electrons, right? Now, again there is question that which body will lose electrons and which will gain. So the body which has less ionization energy will lose electron, and other body will gain electrons. Now, as I have used this term ionization energy, so I am explaining this. What is ionization energy? You must have studied this in chemistry also. It is that minimum amount of energy which is required to remove the loosely bound electrons from any isolated atom or molecule. See, ये वो मिनिमम एनर्जी है जिसकी वजह से वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन्स which are present in the outermost orbit of an atom they can come out of it. So that is called ionization energy. तो ये बहुत क्लियर है यहाँ कि जिस एटम की आयनाइजेशन एनर्जी कम होगी वो बहुत जल्दी इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज करेगा in comparison to others. In NCERT, it is discussed that scientist Benjamin Franklin discovered charges, types of charges, and what he did, he took pair of substances and rubbed against each other. See, you can see here glass rod and silk cloth. This is a system. Okay? When they are rubbed against each other, means when they come in contact, it becomes a glass rod and silk system. In this process, glass rod becomes positively charged and silk cloth becomes negatively charged. Now again there is a question, why on losing the electrons, glass rod is becoming positively charged? See, I give you wonderful example which we come across in classes. Suppose one student which is who is very indisciplined and do not have writing habits and disturbs the class, disturbs teacher. Now after interaction, suppose after a week or 10 days, he started showing good behavior, like he became disciplined and started noting down the things taught by teacher. So in this way, he has, improved his 2 bad habits. But इसका मतलब ये बिल्कुल नहीं है कि उसने सारी हैबिट्स छोड़ दी हैं, बैड हैबिट्स. ठीक है, अभी भी कुछ उसके पास हैं, बट एटलीस्ट 2-3 में इम्प्रूवमेंट शो किया है. So what happens? The teacher also develops the positive attitude towards that child. And by giving away the bad habits, that child becomes positive. Now he is sitting in the class with the positive attitude of learning. So what I want to tell, that if we give away the negative things, that means we are becoming positive. In the same way, the glass rod is also giving away the electrons. So which charge it should acquire? Definitely positive charge. Similar way, the silk cloth is gaining those negative electrons. So it will become negative. We can have other examples also, like woolen cloth rubbed with ebonite or rubber rod. Then woolen cloth acquires positive charge and ebonite or rubber rod acquires negative charge. Similarly, dry hair and comb combination. So here can we talk about these examples in terms of ionization energy? Yes. The ionization energy of glass rod, woolen cloth and dry hair is less, hence they are capable of losing the electrons. And the ionization of energy of silk cloth, ebonite rod or comb is little greater than these, so they have to accept the electrons given by these substances. So now I think it is clear that how positive and negative charges arise on the bodies. Now the next, I am going to explain that every atom is electrically neutral. Means, what is this electrically neutral? Electrically neutral means the number of positive charges exactly equal to number of negative charges. We can understand from this diagram, if +3 is positive charge in this body and -3 negative charge, then the total charge on a body will be what? 0, means neutral. So this body is said to be electrically neutral. Now, I am going to explain gold leaf electroscope, GLE. See, this is a very simple diagram. It is very simple apparatus I have made here, and in books it is given very lengthy, but here you can understand this in very short. So let's start. This is the metal disc, metal knob, this is a metal rod, and these finally the two thin gold leaves are connected with this rod. When this positively charged glass rod comes in contact with the metal disc, then the positive charge is transferred to metal disc, and then it is transferred to metal rod, and finally it is gained by these two thin leaves. So in this case both the leaves are getting which charge? Positive charge. Hence they will diverge. They are going away from each other. Now with the help of this GLE, we can detect the charge, we can find the polarity, means sign of positive or negative, amount of charge. See, if the amount of charge is increased on this object, then the divergence between the leaves will also increase. So we can say the degree of divergence is directly proportional to amount of charge. And we can also find out the polarity. See, if this object is carrying the same charge as that of the electroscope, then the divergence will be more, and if it is opposite charge, then these leaves will diverge less. So in this way, with the help of this apparatus, we can understand that like charges always repel. Okay? I hope you have understood this lecture, and I will come again with the next topics. So thank you so much. Now the next topic is conduction of charge. Here we will discuss two types of materials, conductors and insulators. Conductors are those which allow current or charges to pass through them, and insulators, they do not allow charges to pass through them. Examples are metal, human body, animal bodies, etc. And here glass, plastic, board, nylon, etc. Now these definitions you must have learned in smaller classes. But now, actually what is conduction, or what are conductors, how do they behave, how do the insulators behave, we will understand. See, look at this figure. This is a positively charged glass rod. When it is touched with the conducting body, this is a conductor, okay? Then this charge is transferred to this body and spread it all over the surface of body. मीन्स इस बॉडी ने इस चार्ज को अंदर ले लिया है, कंडक्ट कर रही है ये चार्ज को. ऑन द अदर हैंड यू सी हियर, दिस इज एन इंसुलेटर. व्हेन द सेम ग्लास रॉड सेम है, is come in contact with this surface, insulating surface, then the charges are residing on the surface, they are not moving inside it. See, there is clear difference between these two figures. In this, the charges are inside the body, and here they are on the surface. So this is the very basic difference. The charge flows through the body. Here the charge stays on the surface of body. Now we will talk about grounding or earthing. Actually, this is a process used to disappear excess of charge from any body. See, this is a body having this positive charge. So when it is connected with the ground, then this charge disappears, and this is excess of charge which disappears after grounding. So grounding is nothing but the connection of body with the help of conducting wire to the ground is called earthing, and this is considered as safety measures for household electrical appliances and circuits. See, if by chance any appliances all of a sudden gets excess of charge, then due to the earthing, due to the grounding, that excess charge goes to the earth, and hence our devices are saved. There are 3 practical applications. There are 3 kinds of wires: live wire, neutral wire, and earth wire. These 2 wires control the current, and this earth wire takes excess of charge. See, so earthing is very, very important in, household electrical connections. With the help of earthing, we can save our devices, we can save our circuits. Now I am going to discuss methods of charging. There are 3 kinds of methods through which a body can be charged. Number 1 is charging by friction. Means when the 2 bodies are rubbed against each other, then due to friction there is transfer of charge, so the 2 bodies gets opposite charge, what we have discussed before. In this case, both the bodies gets charged, but with charge, if one body gets positive charge, then other will get negative. Now, the second is charging by contact. See, if one charged body comes in contact with another uncharged body, then there is transfer of charge takes place. Hence, the uncharged body also gets charge, and it will acquire with charge the same charge as that of the first body. Now, the third method is induction. In this process, the opposite charges arise on the surface of uncharged body. So let's discuss this process in detail. See, to understand the process of induction, here is the metallic sphere, let's call it B, and here is the positively charged glass rod A. Now when this glass rod is placed near to this metallic sphere, then what happens? The negative charge arises on the nearer face of this B, and the farther one get positive charge. Just by placing a glass rod near to this metallic sphere, it is not touching, it is just kept near to it. Now in this figure, this side, this face is connected with the ground, means earthing की हुई है. So this positive charge will disappear. Now what is left on the sphere? Negative charge. Now in this figure, see this part is also removed. So this negative charge is still there because glass rod is also there. Now as we remove the glass rod, in this figure you can see there is no glass rod now. Then this negative charge spreads all over the surface of body. Right? These are the three methods of charging an uncharged body. This last one, induction, is very important. I will give you some numericals also based on this. Now we will discuss properties of electric charges. The first property is called quantization of charge. So first let's understand what is the meaning of this word quantize. Quanta means actually packet. So if we get anything in terms of packets, like 1 packet, 2 packets, 3 packets, then that is called quantized. So here also we are discussing the quantization of charge, which is in formula form can be written as Q is equal to plus minus NE, where N is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. And E is the charge on electron, which is minus 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. So the meaning of this quantization of charge is that charge can only be found in an integral multiple of charge on an electron. Means charge can be plus minus 2e, plus minus 3e, plus minus 4e, depends on value of n. We can have the value of q. Or we can say that it cannot be in the form of q is equal to plus minus 2 by 3e. Right? As we can understand this with one example. If you are going to buy biscuits, then shopkeeper always asks you how many packets you want, right? You cannot take 1 or 2 biscuits from that packet, but you have to buy full packet. So you can buy 1 packet, 2 packet, or as you wish. That means you cannot get the charge in fraction form. Okay? Whole electron will transfer. What is the reason of quantization now? See, quantization of charge means how the charge formed on the body. As we know that the charge is formed by transferring an electron. So to calculate the charge on any body, we have to just multiply by n to the charge of electron. We will get the total amount of charge on that body. So as we know that if charge is transferring, that means electron is transferring, and it is not possible that हाफ इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसफर हो रहा है या 3/2 इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसफर हो रहा है, ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता है. सो ईदर 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन विल बी ट्रांसफर्ड or 2 or 3, it depends, but it cannot be transferred in the form of fraction. That is why charge is said to be quantized, means it can be only in the form of Q is equal to plus minus NE, and we can have any value of N, then we can get the required charge. So now the quantization is clear. See, as Q is equal to plus minus 2E, means the charge on any body will be plus minus 2 into charge on electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. So this is the answer of charge on body. Now the second property is conservation of charge. See, the total charge of an isolated system remains conserved. Means किसी भी isolated system में charge same रहता है. It will neither decrease nor increase. This is called conservation. Now we can discuss here many isolated systems like glass rod and silk cloth. As they are interacting, they are rubbed against each other, so they form a system. See, system form करने के लिए at least we need 2 things. अगर system बड़ा है तो naturally बहुत ज़्यादा चीज़ों की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी. As we can see, school is a big system, many people are working, right? So system means there should be at least 2 things. Like glass rod and silk cloth is a system. So when they are rubbed against each other, what happens? The transfer of electron takes place from glass rod to silk cloth. Hence, glass rod becomes positively charged and silk cloth becomes negatively charged. But the total charge on system, if we calculate, will remain same. This is called conservation of charge. This concept is applicable in other reactions also, like all nuclear reactions follow this. In all radioactive decays, it is applicable, and in annihilation of matter, it is applicable. Now the third property is charge is additive in nature. Means charge can be added by simple rules of algebra, right? So there are 3 important properties of charge. Now here it is important to understand the difference between charge and mass. See, as we know, charges are of 2 types, so it can be positive or negative, but mass is always positive. As we have just now understood, it is quantized. Means it is found in the form of plus 2e, minus 2e, plus 3e, minus 4e, like this. And for mass, it is not established yet. We know that charge is conserved also, but mass does not remain conserved. The fourth point is it does not change with velocity, charge, but mass can be changed with velocity with the help of this formula. This is m is equal to m naught upon 1 minus under root 1 minus v square upon c square, where v is the velocity of body and c is the velocity of light, which is very high. This is 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. Now the last is, it can be, the forces between charges can be attractive or repulsive. But here the forces between two masses is always attractive in nature. So see, these are the very basic differences which we can remember very easily. Now the next topics I will discuss in my next video, and I hope you have understood today's lecture, and I will definitely provide you notes also with some assignments. So please do that and enjoy learning physics. Thank you so much.